There's many events and invasions that take place in the world of Terraria. Many are reasonably easy to fight against, but some can be extremely challenging even for well-equipped players. In today's video we're going to be looking at an event which can completely overwhelm many players due to having some of the hardest hitting and tankiest enemies in the late game, as well as constantly having the player fighting under immense time pressure. You can obtain some very powerful loot from this event, such as the Horseman's Blade, the Raven Staff and the Witch's Broom, one of the best flying mounts in the game. I'll be demonstrating how you can get near limitless amounts of loot from this event, all while just standing still and holding the trigger. We'll firstly be going through the arena setup you'll need before discussing what gear to bring to the fight. Last but not least, I'll demonstrate this method in action against the Pumpkin Moon in Master Mode. Timestamps will be in the description so you can easily skip ahead or rewind as needed. For the arena you'll need to dig out a large flat area in your world. Pick a spot to become the centre of your arena. Build a small platform on the ground for enemies to spawn on. This platform should be around 18 blocks wide. Build walls up either side of the platform around 10 blocks tall to prevent ground-based enemies from escaping. On either side of your spawning platform, place down lava going for around 120 blocks in each direction. Make sure there are no small caves or other structures nearby where enemies could spawn. This ensures that every enemy will spawn directly underneath where we'll be standing. Next, find the centre of your spawning platform and build up exactly 35 blocks. Place down 2 wooden platforms with a cannon facing upwards, just like I've done in the video. We're going to be firing the cannon upwards into the air so that the cannonballs fall downwards and kill the enemies in the spawning area. Place down a heart lantern, a campfire, a garden gnome and a bass statue nearby. On the platform where the cannon is, place down some honey for extra life regeneration. You can also wire up some heart statues to timers for extra health during the event. Bring a bewitching table as well, as we're going to be using some minions for a little extra DPS during the fight. Make sure the space directly above and below the cannon is completely clear of any obstructions, so that the cannonballs can reach their targets. Remember, the cannonballs will pass through platforms but not solid blocks. The goal of our character loadout is to negate as much incoming damage as possible. We're not worried about accessories that increase mobility or damage, as those will not help us during the event. I'm going to limit myself strictly to pre-celestial gear for this fight. I feel like most players probably fight the Pumpkin Moon after Golem but before the celestial events, so it makes sense in terms of game progression. We're not going to be using an invincibility machine either, as that's seen as cheating by many players. We're going to be equipping the hallowed armour with the melee helmet variant to make use of its holy protection buff. For the accessories I went with the Star Veil, Brain of Confusion, Black Belt, Charm of Myths, Worm Scarf, Celestial Shell and the Frozen Shield, all reforged to warding. I'd like to give an honourable mention to the Shiny Stone. While it seems like this would be a great choice considering we'll mostly be stationary, its healing ability is severely reduced when we're taking constant damage, so I opted to leave this item out. You'll also want to equip the Gelatinous Pillion in your mount slot so you can easily move up and down in case you need to drop down for some health pickups in a hurry. Bring a summoning weapon so the minions can deal extra DPS. I recommend the Deadly Sphere Staff. As for the potions, we'll be bringing Regen, Iron Skin, Endurance, Life Force, Summoner, Heart Reach and Greater Luck potions. Bring a food item for the exquisitely stuffed buff as well. We won't be bringing Rage or Wrath potions as they have no effect on cannonballs. Be sure to bring around 2,000 cannonballs so you have enough to last the entire event. They are expensive to purchase, but you can easily make back the money by selling most of the loot and still have plenty left over. When you're ready to go, wait at the arena until 7:30 PM in-game. Drink your potions, click the bewitching table and activate your heart statues. Spawn in your minion to begin the event. Equip the cannonballs and hold down left click on the cannon to fire continuously. The smaller enemies will all die very quickly. Not long into the fight you'll start having bosses spawn in. Try not to panic and just continue firing the cannon. Remember to take regular dips in your honey for healing boosts. Remember to keep an eye on your health at all times. When it gets low, drink a greater healing potion using your healing hotkey. If that's not available, then summon your mount and drop down to the spawning platform to collect the heart pickups that should have accumulated. Use the slime mount's bouncing and flying abilities to quickly move back up to the cannon platform. Try to only use the up-down movement and don't move left or right. It might take some practice to get used to the slime mount, but I was able to get the hang of things pretty quickly. When all is said and done, you should be able to tank all the attacks thrown at you by the bosses. The combination of damage reducing accessories, dodging, healing and heart pickups should be enough to keep you alive. It might take some of you guys a couple attempts to get a good run going, but I was able to live through the entire night on my very first attempt whilst playing in Master Mode. If you do manage to complete the entire event without dying, you should have racked up a huge amount of points as well as a big shiny pile of loot. I was surprised at how well this strat worked out for me when I first tried it out. If you're someone who is perhaps struggling with the Pumpkin Moon or just wants to have some fun with a different strategy, I definitely recommend giving this a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. Comment what you think and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching very much, and I'll see you guys very soon.